You know, it's good, right?
It's good.
Sarah, can you hear us okay?
No,
No power.
is it turned on?
Give a thumbs up if you can hear us. Okay, we can't hear Sarah. Let me see if I can.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go, perfect,
Perfect.
all good. All right, let's see if we can continue batting 1,000 for the tech stuff here. Hopefully it lasts the meeting. Meeting minutes. Over, I will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor? Aye.
I will abstain. I was not here.
Same.
Next up, we have our first public comment section. If you're gonna speak up, raise your hand, stand up, introduce yourself. You have 3 minutes, whatever you like.
Hey, how's everybody doing? It's good.
How you doing, Jay?
Just great. Just
When'd you get back?
a couple weeks ago. Everything is greening up. Anyway, just had a couple of things. I understand that the LDC is going to transfer the Stone Health Hospital sometime this fall. I guess it's going to take a little while. I just had the one quick question on that. Is the village going to require the foundation board of directors to keep the site, maintained, via their landscape law until the transfer is complete? That's, the easy yes or no question, I guess.
Yeah, the same answer every time. It's a question for the zoning officer. He's sent what he's gonna send.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it's been an ongoing, issue for 15 years. Secondly, I just, understand that there was a CFA grant, that was due the 2nd of May. It's a new project. And I was just wondering if, was there one that was, did the village put in a grant for this?
Yeah.
You did? What was that about?
It was for the community park.
For the community park?
Municipal parks grant.
Over there for for trail or, new trail? Okay, just wanted to let, keep up with all the issues here in the village. So good to see everybody, and I'm sure you'll see me all summer long.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? Ready on Zoom? Okay, we'll move on to the treasurer's report. We've got a couple things in here this month. Did you guys all get a look at the bills?
Yep.
Okay. Kelly, did you had something you wanted her to, did you guys resolve
Yep,
that?
we already fixed
So
it.
that's okay,
Yep, we're good.
cool.
I'll make a motion to pay this month's bills.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Let's see.
I was going to put a copy of the tax cap form just to show that we are 11,000 under the levy limit that when we submitted it on the system. So we're good. I just wanted the board to see that we became out 11,000 under. As the last year, I think we were over. So we're good this year.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you.
Great.
And then we just need to pass the water and the sewer list. I think I made a copy just for you.
The re-levy list?
Yeah,
Yes.
and Peg, you need to vote on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to re-levy the water and sewer, sorry.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Give it a second, I'll shut the door if they don't make it to the playground quick.
And then we just need to sign that tax warrant.
Yeah, Peg, did I need she needs both of our signatures. I wasn't sure if we needed a vote for the tax warrant.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And we actually need yours, mine, and three important.
Oh, wow, all right. Yeah, sell this on eBay or something? All our signatures? Okay. Belinda, so this is basically just the standard tax warrant to authorize the village to collect
That's
taxes.
right. And it's the same figures as we've got on
Yeah.
the water.
Well, I only have one copy of it, guys, so if you want to see what we're looking at. That's so, I don't know, we can vote on it. I'll sign it up.
Is this the one that needs to be signed? Or is this
Yeah.
just- this is
I think we
just-
gotta add on the, either on the back or the red lines, but.
Oh, here.
Yep. The other thing we need to do is schedule the year-end meeting to pay the bills.
Did we do that? Oh, it's on the text warrant?
No, I'm letting them look at the
Oh,
thing
okay.
first so that I figured. Fill the silence. You guys good to vote on that?
Yep.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the signing of the tax warrants.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Get that done before we get out of here. All right, so for the,
Do the bill, the treasurer's report also.
did you have anything besides the bills?
No,
Yeah.
nothing else.
Okay, and the budget is still in here, but we already did that, right?
We've already done
the
that. There's
only-
nothing else
yeah.
to discuss about.
We're good there. I just had three others written in
You know
because we
what?
added
Yes,
some
have the
stuff.
wrong agenda. This is April's, not May's. That's why
Oh
I'm
my
looking at this
goodness.
so confused. Okay, this
I've-
is the,
I've
this
got
says
May's here.
April. I have April.
You sure it doesn't say review the meeting minutes? Yeah, it says May at the top. It's
Oh.
review April meeting minutes. It's just
Okay.
not got a lot on it. 'Cause
Sorry.
it's pretty thin.
Okay,
And the tax warrant stuff I just wrote in, because we weren't sure if Belinda and I weren't sure we needed a vote, and so I was asked to.
okay. Sorry. My bad.
All right, so we did the tax warrant, we did the re-levy, did the bills, end of your meeting. So, we need just three board members, because I think I'm gonna be out of town. I can call in, but we still need three in the room. It's just to sign the last bill.
Oh, okay.
We typically let people know, because it is still a public meeting, but we let everyone know that that's the only action gonna be taken. So that people don't have to worry about coming if they only care about that. We can do it. It's really up to the rest of you guys. I'll be out of town.
When did?
Close, the 30th is a Friday. Belinda said she'd rather do it Friday than Saturday in case she needs to.
Does it have to be done the last day of the month?
It doesn't have to be the last day. We can do the 29th as well. I'm just gonna ensure that, make sure that all the bills are in for the fiscal year. That's actually the main thing, just to make sure that everything's paid.
Yeah, if there's anything left.
If we
that
do it on Friday, I don't mind doing it on Friday, but I can't get here until 4:30, so I feel bad making people stay
No,
here.
that's fine. We
Okay.
can do it.
Okay, I can come here right after school if that
Okay.
works for everybody else.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it May, the
Yeah.
30th of May?
Yeah.
At what time?
4:30? Or do you want to do like 4:45?
I am out of town that day.
You've got you too, so. Okay.
What time you want to do? You want to do it later?
I can drive right there. I can
Well,
get
she's
out-
just trying to let these guys out of the office.
I just try not to keep them. I can get here right at 4:30. So if we want to sign at 4:30, do we all have to be in the same?
We need three
Yeah.
to sign.
That's fine.
Three present. So two people can zoom in and they can vote if we need more, but we have to have three to have a quorum in the room by
I can be-
unless there's like a extended, like if a tornado knocks the building down, the rules change. But
Okay, I can be here.
That was May 3rd.
May 30th at 4:30.
Okay. Great. Anything else, Belinda, or
No, I'm good. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
any questions for her? Nope, thanks for getting us through. You're doing great.
Okay, no, thank you.
All right, so next up, we got the department reports. We'll start with Lynn.
I did not, type up a report. Assure you that things are going well. As far as the lighting issue goes, I had an issue trying to locate somebody to do it. And once I did, they said that they could do it. Things were on the roll. Then they kind of filtered out and now there's a new company that actually takes care of this region right here. I've been in contact with them. It's slow going. It's slow going.
So
We
This is-
tentatively are on their schedule right now, but it's all on them.
do we have, I know we have some spare heads. Do we have spare arms?
Yeah, the arms that came down.
It's just a matter of we don't have a bucket though.
Yeah, we have no way to attach everything up there, so.
And if we do have a bucket, I mean, you're directing tying in right to the main, so we can't do that ourselves. Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
You're at the liberty of, like I said,
Yeah.
of their timing, so. Fortunately,
There's like four, right? Four
there's
spots?
three.
Three, okay,
Yeah. There's three.
sounds good.
Yeah,
There-
Mother Nature had a.
Where the empty ones are, if you want to go through, I mean, I don't think it'll make much of a difference, but all of our lights are set to 90. I can turn the adjacent ones up to 100. I mean,
You know what?
show me where they are on the,
If that'll help, I'm all for it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
so. Yeah, there's only,
I'll.
they're all 90, and then the corner of Ambrose and Brown Shores is at 65 because there's 3 on the corner and all 3 residents were
Okay.
asking.
You know, try it out, and if somebody has an issue with it, then we.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing we can do in the short term, but
Sure.
yeah, we'll think up and do that. I just need to know the address and then I can pull them up on the map and change other ones. Yeah, and thanks for
But it's.
manicure in the park
as far as-
today. That was good.
Yes.
Really
You're
nice.
welcome. As far as everything else goes, water sewer is our main concern, and everything's well, and the cleanup's going well. And
You guys doing brush this next couple
we're gonna
days?
start brush tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. Yeah.
So putting up Christmas trees, I have one.
Actually, yeah, the guy across
Wow.
the road from me has 2 of them too, so yeah, I told him, put it up the road, yes.
I'm kidding, I was joking.
Anything
I
else?
did have a question. The courthouse is cleaning out. Did they ask you to relocate some canyon stuff?
No,
So apparently the town is taking over all of the space of that courthouse to build like a juror's room. And so like some of the stuff that was in storage needs to be moved.
It's
There's a lot of
At Brenda's
Can-Am
house.
stuff in there. Pardon?
at Brenda's house now.
Did he already move it?
Well, they had to. So I talked to Cheryl. The state gave the court like 3 days notice. So, cause I was like, guys, like, you need it out tomorrow. And they're like, listen, like, this isn't our decision. We weren't given any heads up either.
Okay, well,
So
I mean,
Brenda just put it in her house for now.
for now, but I don't think
Yeah.
they want to house it forever.
No.
So is there a place where we can?
space is getting tight, but that little brown building over at Augsburg Building, I think needs to be cleaned out, and we could probably make space in there.
Okay, can you let me know if that can happen so I
Sure.
can have it? Aaron's got it.
So over here, you're saying?
The courthouse over.
No, I mean.
No,
Stuff
it's,
Aaron,
not-
Sherry Derwin's old house.
Oh, okay,
It's there in the garage.
okay.
You put it there temporarily. I think they're getting ready to sell that house, so it needs to get out of there. So.
okay, so it's not, I didn't know if they were gonna wait till they used it and then put it away. So
No,
they need it out now.
they're getting
Okay.
ready to sell that, so it's a temporary holding place until we can find a different spot to put it, so it.
I'll check that
add to
tomorrow
your
also.
list. Okay, thank you. That's all I can put in.
Anybody else got something for them? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Gleason. Howdy.
I had Peggy upload my report on there, just normal stuff, we already had 3 animal complaints. Coincidentally, right now, Officer Howell chasing around another dog in the woods. So that's going on.
Not the infamous beagle,
So,
is it?
It's like a little chihuahua, so if anybody has one of those, you should call home and check.
They are the most dangerous dogs, so.
They are pretty icky. Get it.
The way it's running away from him, I'm guessing it's not gonna go towards anyone. But, we have talked to a few people about the whole one-way.
Okay,
The ones that I encountered were locals. Yeah, just educated them and, explained, obviously, how it. That's a bad example of here going down the wrong way on the one way. For everyone else. And I talked to Dave about he ordered the signs for the no overnight docking, so that way it'll be more visible to kick off the season. Did anybody have any other questions?
Actually, I don't know what a dock check is.
Just like checking the boat launch area, the docks, make sure there's no.
Oh, okay.
The dock master.
I thought, for some reason, I thought you were like checking other people's docks to make sure they were. In my head, I was like, oh,
What's this?
didn't know you did that.
I wanted to get with you afterwards about the cameras down there.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was the power was shut off at the bandstand.
I could,
Because the 2 cameras that are mounted there are not, they're either the power, was the power on today?
Yeah.
So it must be the antennas misaligned. So I'll mess with it then. I thought it was power off. Yeah, we should.
It's
And
getting more use.
I don't know, I think we talked about it last year, but I finally found someone who knows how to do it to multicast those. Are we okay putting the 2 facing the docks as like a YouTube stream? So people can, like the public can check to see if
They should put their vote in, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a live cam. They
Yeah.
have them in Alex Bay. and-
Yeah, I just wanted, I didn't want to like not mention it and then have it.
I think we talked about it.
I think so too. I just want to double check because it's, hopefully I'll have it soon.
There used to be one on Madison Barracks like that too.
Yeah,
Is that,
it'll be back online. I just got the equipment for it. So actually the guy I have doing it is the one explaining for me how to fix this too. So, yeah, I hopefully Lynn, the paint is coming next week. Or the guy that's painting or ish.
yeah, updated. That the pursuit one or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, the insurance company was asking, so I just updated that, so it was more.
Yeah, just sign it and adopt it.
We probably should, if it's an official policy update.
Right.
But John, Lynn's got the guy coming to paint, like repaint some of the crosswalks and things, and they're also gonna do like some paint on the Ambrose, so that should help too.
Yeah.
And as we paint the parking spots, then once cars are parked, I think it'll help.
Which side of the parking spot's gonna be on?
They're gonna be on the
Outside.
right side of the one, away from the ice cream.
Oh, wait, okay,
Because there's two fire hydrants on that side and more driveways.
okay, that's what I was just double checking.
Yeah,
And that way people aren't coming out.
yeah, and the kids aren't popping up. Yeah,
On the ice cream stand.
yeah. Yep. Cool. Any other questions for John, guys?
We need to pass this.
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the police department's policy and procedure for pursuit driving.
I'll second.
It is a change of policy, so it is a roll call for. So trustee Townsend,
Yes.
Mayor Mojo,
Yes.
deputy mayor Eldred,
Yes.
and trustee Silva
Yes.
and trustee Luna.
Yes.
Anything else for Lisa? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the fire department.
They gave us their annual report. It's in their annual treasurer's report. I don't recall them doing that last year, but it's nice that they did it at the end of their. They did this year invest in New York class. You'll see that they put some money into that. They're making a lot more money just in interest in that than they would have in just a regular
Same
savings
thing with
account.
us, right?
I did talk to them, so their budget, when they request money from us, they always put in money in their budget for vehicle replacement. Well, they don't do that until the very last month of the year in case something else comes up.
Sure.
Their treasurer, though, was taking it out of contract funds and he was putting it into an account in non-contract fund. And I was like, whoa, you can't take contract money and just make it non-contract money. So they're opening a new reserve fund account.
Okay.
Because
yeah,
for treasury's sake, they can't take something that's contract money that we give them and just arbitrarily put it
yeah.
in a non-contract. So in the process of doing a
So they'll
similar
be doing the same.
kind of
Nice.
same idea. So
This report is one of the criteria for their receipt of the check.
okay. Do you have a copy of that contract? I will send one because I drafted one with Alex, not realizing that we already had one. So I apologize if I overstepped. I didn't know we had one.
We have, I give them one a reader.
Okay, I did not know that. I've asked for one and where the heck was it? Okay, okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to send yours in case there's something that we're gonna add, but.
Yeah, I they need to.
You just based it on
in
the
there
towns, right?
first, because they didn't turn in a budget request this year and they claimed they didn't know, so I wanted in the budget. That makes sense. So,
Anything else, questions for the fire department? Yes.
Negative. Cool.
Oh, this is going on, I see it's in the water.
it is in the water.
It's all fixed.
It
Well, it
is.
floats.
It's floating. It's not at the bottom of the lake, so we're good. So far, so good.
That was just for a photo op today, I thought.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it's perfect timing.
They wouldn't let me fire the water cannon. They were shooting the one over at Metalcrest, making a new one. They were testing it yesterday in the marina.
Hey, Vincent?
I don't know who it's for, but it was shooting 200 feet in the air. It's pretty cool. All right. Next up, Heritage Area.
Yeah, you should have my report also. It kind of touched on a couple things though. The ribbon cutting was today for the Ready LWRP project, so and I think that went off well. Thanks a lot to Lynn and the BW crew because the site looked and like the rest of the village. Let's see, mentioned the municipal grant that was submitted. That was a new grant that came up kind of all of a sudden. Let's see how it goes. Waiting for the the real CFA round. Usually they're announcing it about now. And it may have been delayed because of the state budget, but kind of got some information today. Maybe they will be announcing it pretty soon. Usually do it in July. Our military unit partner, their snapping partner, did another cemetery cleanup about a week ago. Once again, Landon's crew helped out a lot. They had 80 soldiers out cleaning up the back parts of back sort of fence line of the military cemetery. Did a ton of work. So I think that's the highlights.
Is he by chance, different topics, kind of? Is he also the guest speaker? The commander of the?
They're he's not, they're providing a speaker. He's a lot of units deployed down in the southern border, but they are providing a speaker. And I think they're doing.
Color guard too, yep.
Yeah. So, great unit to work with.
Questions for Dave, guys?
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks for all your work you did on that ribbon cutting today.
That's great. Kathy?
I uploaded my report yesterday, so we've got it. We are now open this center for the season. In May will be Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We had 20 people for our first weekend, so hopefully it'll pick up a bit from there as we get closer to Memorial Day. We also have shifted over, we are still in the process of shifting to the new Square credit card system. That will hopefully, once that's fully set, it will alleviate all of the credit card fees that we had before. Because those fees will it's just a small fee that gets taken out to purchase. So we shouldn't have any surprise bills later on that are for more than what we even sold. The Hometown Hero banners are complete. We gave them to DPW. They've already got them all up around the village and look good. We've already gotten some additional applications, but this thing is coming. The visitor guide is in production now. We should be getting it back in a couple weeks. Hopefully in time for the TI Council brochure swap, which is the last thing in the report, which we'll be attending. If there's any other promotional materials that anybody wants us to take to represent Sackets Harbor, we have to pass those along too.
Questions for Kathy, guys?
I saw the visiting Sackets Harbor ad. It all looks really nice. The little,
Oh, so like wish you were here one?
is that what it is?
Yeah, so those are ones that we do with in partnership with TI.
TI, it
Yeah.
looks really
They do
good.
it
And I've
very
seen
good.
two different ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gave
I only saw the
series.
one I.
I saw a
reposted,
cute
but-
little, or a quick little video clip, and then there's two of them. They're really nice.
We gave them a selection of artwork. Comically, we actually gave them originally a photo of the military cemetery,
Uh-huh.
but then with the tagline "Wish you were here."
Oh.
That's it.
I mean-
So we pulled that one out.
Good thinking, good
But
thinking.
the rest looks pretty good, so those should be running
Oh my
throughout the
gosh.
season.
Fair, yeah,
I
that's,
just want to let you know, I've seen
No,
two
that's good.
different ones and they look good.
I'm very happy you called.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay,
Oh, that's funny.
all right, all set. Janet, hey, except planning board.
So the only thing to add is our planning board meeting from May, we changed to tomorrow evening. We have a busier agenda, I think things are picking up. We're downtown and residential.
Any questions for Janet, guys? All right, on to the long list, BCA. Well, it's one shorter now.
True. Market Square Park project, phase one's complete, ribbon ceremony was today. Everything looked good. Phase two, so Lawman submitted their last payment after the project, so we have all the closeout documents, so everything was taken care of there, so that'll officially kind of close that.
And that was in the bills today, right? Yeah.
Yep, just under 60,000 was the remaining amount. Round Shores, Powis was on site Friday doing some lawn restoration, soil seeding. They didn't have a payment application this month. There's about 14,000 left to bill on their contract. I think you were on the emails, Alex. We reached out to Ready to see what they would pay for.
Yeah.
Everything, they'd only paid for something that was installed in the project. It can't be like extra parts. They did get back to me today and said that they would pay for ditching. So that's something that we can use up the remaining portion of the grant for as well.
Were we gonna talk to Kelly Reinhardt about the landscaping too, if they'll put a couple of species of trees?
We have actually already purchased the trees.
Oh, great, great.
And when I talk to Land Pro tomorrow, I'm gonna ask them to install them.
Sounds good. What'd you go with?
Kind of the same stuff that's there. It's in like an evergreen type thing. Don't know the exact name of the tree, but.
No worries.
So they may even have suggestions too. They had some other stuff.
Yeah.
By all means, I think there's plenty in the.
Yeah, let them upsell you if it's, you know, the grant's gonna get returned if we don't use it up, so.
Well, yeah, the water intake project, that restoration should be happening later this week. With Marcellus, get that all cleaned up. As Dave mentioned, WIAs for our water sewer upgrades aren't open yet. We're anticipating again for similar, maybe end of this month. Hopefully they have the same amount of time frame they've had in the past, where it's been about 2.5, 3 months.
Where are we on the getting sort of shovel ready for that, so that this year's application,
Yep, so.
because we've already started that. I just want to make sure the board's not holding you up for.
Yeah, actually, we had submitted that proposal for to start survey and engineering, but hasn't been formally approved, so we have not started
Yeah,
anything on
okay.
that.
All right.
But
We talked
prior to a WE application, I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Again, if we indicate we're moving forward to that or have started, then.
I mean, we looked at it. Did you guys have any issues with getting started on? I mean, we're gonna have to do it eventually, so I think it wouldn't make sense to go with a different firm that doesn't know what we're doing. These guys are gonna do it either way. I think we've all looked at it, so if you need an official vote, we could do it just to get going. I know it's harder to do the survey now that all the trees are
We
blended
probably
out,
won't be
but,
able to do the survey, but there's
least
some
it,
things we could.
you know,
Get
gives
going.
us a official starting time when we apply that you can say, hey, that
Right.
we're, you know, en route to do this, and maybe
Yeah,
get a survey done in the fall if
yeah. No, that sounds
the
good.
snow cooperate.
Yeah.
Timing wise.
I mean, if you want to vote on, all I really need is just authorized signature.
Yeah, okay. So we just need a motion to authorize me to sign
I'll make a motion to authorize Alex to sign,
Second.
What?
the,
to sign whatever it is he needs. What's the name of it?
Well, it's an engineering amendment to the.
The
grant.
WIA grant? Yeah.
Well, it's to our contract
Okay.
to begin the project, the design. I can send you an email on it.
That would be great.
All right, so we got a motion. Did we get a second?
Yep, second.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
And Madison Barracks, I have not received any updates on. I should have talked to them today on that to see when asphalt plants opened up. I would assume they'd be starting.
I find it hard to believe. I
That.
find that hard to believe. I'm gonna go look for myself. I bet it's done.
I would be pleasantly surprised if it was.
You'll be looking for a while.
It's not. It's not.
I try to hit the
Just
puddle with
remember
my
this, every
tires to
time
help
they
it
ask us,
disperse
we hand
every
it
time I
over to them.
drive by.
This is why we don't.
I know. I don't think they even ask anymore.
The answer's no, till they finish it.
I'll wait us.
All right,
Alex, I forgot to mention that Brown Forest project, I sent over amendment number 3 to our contract. It's a zero cost amendment. So what it is
I saw that.
we have a bunch of allowances for additional services. And as we're closing down on the project, those items to anything that's left remaining to complete. The only thing that's left on the project to complete is funding assistance and FEMA coordination, which we anticipate those will be closed out. So probably the next month or two, depending on how some of the work gets done for covered by the Ready project. Just moving money to the items that are still left to complete. It's closing out other items.
Yeah, I don't even think we had, I just Get it to you.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll just need your signature on that.
With that. Cool. All right. Oh, man. Single page, guys. All right. We'll have to start something new. All right. Any other questions for BCA?
Your favorite number?
Zero.
I was talking about change orders, but we can do it later. Where did we land?
On the total? Dig into it.
No, we're not.
All right.
Brandon's like, oh God.
Just curious. I know we're fine. I was curious. We'll talk about it later.
Peggy, what do you got for us? Now that I fixed the Zoom, we should be good.
Really, it's been extremely busy. We have gotten over 100 applicants for the deputy position.
100?
Which is, I feel duty bound to read everyone, so.
Wow.
It's taken a lot of time. But we did interview 3 people today and.
Did you get Eric's?
No.
Don't even start.
I am gonna piggyback on Peggy, though. We talked about the summer hours are coming up for the office, and I chatted with them about, remember last year we closed on Fridays to the public to kind of help
Sure.
manage some time. They said closing at noon on Fridays this year. That would just give
Okay.
them Friday afternoon to like do
Wind
the
up.
process
Yeah.
payments and get
Cool.
the bank stuff ready. So is the board okay with doing summer hours starting June 1,
Yeah.
closing the office at noon? That work for everyone?
Works for me.
Okay.
You do that
Make sure you
through
communicate
like
that.
Labor Day or?
They usually do it through Labor Day and then we go back to.
Thank you.
Anything else for the office, guys? All right. And last up is community orgs. I don't see we have anyone from the chamber. Do you have anything from?
Historical Society on the concerts, they're all booked and I think we're all ready to go. I think that our permit. we get-
It's in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in there. She can't leave early. All right, do we have anything we need to follow up on any community orgs for? Chamber or anything? I don't think we did, right? Nothing to, no, okay, cool. All right, so we've got board reports next. I'll start, keep it pretty quick. I've had a few people mention the Market Square Park banner ribbon cutting today. Now we're closing out the bills, so the project's really wrapping up. Just thank you all, you guys. I mean, Dave, we joked about getting hand cramps from all the paperwork he's done for the last 4 or 5 years working on it. And PCA has done a ton of work, and Lynn and their team have supported it through the whole thing. So it was really cool to feel like I got to be at the finish line without running half the race. So it was cool. And it's a really great project. So thanks you guys for doing that. Other item, just a little bragging on Dave and Kathy again. Watertown reached out asking for advice on how to start a Hometown Heroes program. And I gave them a couple, summary ideas, and then basically said, Dave and Kathy will fill you in. They both gave them some time. And have they called you more and followed up? So,
Black River actually is getting in touch with
Nice.
us as well, so
Yeah.
we're working with them. I haven't heard any more.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. I'm glad that, I know people notice it and they do mention it a lot, but that's a pretty good form of flattery is that people asking you how to do it in their own town. So thanks for working on that, guys. And then last thing I have is the parking paint for the Ambrose intersection. Lynn's got somebody coming in a few days. Because it's not really a law change, we didn't need to vote on it like we did the one-way street or the stop signs, but I'm gonna draft up some example ideas for how to paint those corners to make it a little more, to step back the parking. And I'll run it by you guys so that you can get your input in before the guy comes to paint. We don't need like a formal vote on the art of like how we're going to paint and how far back, but we definitely want some input. And were you thinking like a week or so before he's here?
The weather's gonna predict it all.
Okay,
And
so
it looks like maybe next Tuesday.
we're not gonna get surprised in like tomorrow then.
No, it'll be a week.
So I'll put that together probably tomorrow and then just email it over for you guys to take a look at and weigh in on what you think. We're still, if anybody knows an artist that wants to do a intersection mural for the whole corner, we could do one at Broad too, but, yeah, we don't have any.
I know an artist.
She has these street arts. I like how you volunteer her for everything and then she yells at you afterward.
Not gonna know her there.
Yeah, exactly.
I might know an artist.
Yeah.
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 Yep,
Good luck with that too.
Can you explain more what you're talking about?
Oh, sure. At the corner, we've got little grids of no parking to help visibility. And they fade and we repaint them. We've talked about potentially adding, a lot of cars will park near it or they'll creep in, or, you can fit like 2/3 of a car, so they're hanging over. And it isn't, people don't see it as a big deal and it causes the visibility of pedestrians on that corner to be difficult. And that's why we've made some of these changes. So the idea is we might extend the no parking a few feet, or we've talked about putting a planter or a bike rack or painting it a little differently, saying motorcycle only parking so that it's low. And there's a few different ideas of how we'll paint it, but the goal is to make it so that the visibility on the corner for cars turning is better for pedestrians standing at the corner waiting for a car to yield. Because you can't yield to a pedestrian who's behind a giant truck if you can't see them. And then the pedestrian doesn't want to lean out into traffic to get noticed because that's dangerous. So that's what we're talking about. That's all for me. Any questions for me? Great. Ron, you're up.
I don't have anything to report for this time at the Park and Rec Committee. If you want to cede my time for the LDC to Eric, do you have any updates on the LDC in Ambrose Street? Maybe you want to provide the group? Or are we gonna do that later?
The only
or-
one I want to talk about is North Barstow. I think Alex is gonna take up that.
Okay,
We got her on
Glad
that
to add
business.
to it if that's.
okay, good. Then I am all set. Any your
Great.
questions?
Do you want to?
You got the reports back from Tim Abel. You all should have gotten those, right?
Yes, fascinating.
That was the last thing that was done, was the date.
Yeah, that was a trip down history, memory lane, if you will. Kind of cool. See his report. Oh,
Okay. Any questions for Ron? All right. Billy, you're up.
The only thing I had, besides what I already asked Lynn, was talking to the board about the tiny fire department that's across the street. It needs a new roof. It's losing a lot of the cedar shingles. The door is falling apart. It's not withstanding the antique fire truck coming in and out as often as it is. So I reached out to Janet to find out about replacing the roof and how to go about doing that, because the building is on Historical Society property, but it's owned by the village, so it adds a little extra layer of complicity to figure out how to go about putting a new roof on there. Janet thought originally that we would have to go through the planning board, but then she reached out and helped me make sure I'm explaining this correctly, that she reached out to Jim Corbin and he thought perhaps we didn't absolutely have to do it that way. But he said if we didn't do that way, we might need a public hearing or a seeker to replace the roof. I am getting some prices. The fire department is working on getting prices. Mark Jessman's doing that and he's gonna get.
Is it
me
just
prices.
for shingles?
We're not sure. So the cedar shingles are not withstanding the time. So we'd like to replace it with something that will be like a 30-year roof.
Yeah. I think anything but metal will, because it's under the tree.
It
So
is.
it doesn't get dried out from the sun and it just gets moisture and.
Right.
it's
So I guess my
lost.
question to the board is, do we want to go, because it sounds like we have a choice and I'm not making the decision by myself. Do we want to go before the planning board and have them approve, or do we want to go a different route? I don't know.
What's the,
Or do you want to wait until I have the
Basically, because it's
prices?
the villages, we can.
right, no, but I'm saying what, I mean, is it?
It's just a question
Is
of-
the roof,
It's starting to leak and that antique truck is worth.
I mean, how quickly do we need to
I
replace?
mean, they've been putting it off for a while. The unfortunate part is they didn't tell me before we did the budget, so that was the annoying part. I don't know if it will wait until next year's budget.
Okay.
Okay, So here's one solution. We could wait and table it until I have some prices with some possibilities of what to replace it with instead of the cedar, and we can
Yeah.
decide from there, do we want to do it or?
Well, I mean, Janet, just to check, we generally have a list of approved materials for the historic district. So we could, as long as we're using one of those, I'm fine not worrying about it being
It's
cedar.
literally just replacing.
Obviously, the
what's on.
door, right now, it's just like a
It is, it's like a
interior
closed door.
door with glass. I think like, I'm certainly interested if you guys want to suggest some ideas for what would look nice there. But it might not be worth just doing the whole process if that's all we're looking for is feedback on the door. We could just do that offline.
Okay,
But it's up to you guys.
I just was looking
Yeah.
for your input.
Yeah.
We could wait until I get some choices from some of the contractors. Some of them don't like to work with cedar because of the same thing. They don't
Yeah.
last as long, so they had some alternative suggestions. I could try that. I
Do
can
we
get a
have
list
a-
of what's approved from Janet and try getting prices using that.
Yeah. Do we have like a facsimile, like a metal that looks like a cedar shake?
They do make those now.
So
Okay.
that might be the.
And that might be
thing to
what
do.
Mark was talking about today when he
Yeah.
was talking to me. So why don't I wait till I get the prices from him or the quotes?
Okay.
And I'll bring them once I get them and we can table it until,
Small building, it might not be.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, but I'm hoping. I think that's what it is. So that's all I have.
So it's a roof and the door.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
The only other option, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, the last few weeks, it's become evident that communication in the village, it's very hard to get people to be aware of what's going on. Even after we held some public hearings, even after we sent it out in some of the emails, there's still people that were caught off guard that we were changing that road to a one-way. So I know a few months ago, I talked about that company called QuickSync or OnSolve that was like another communication tool that we could purchase that people can sign up for and they can get an email, they can get a text. I don't know, like I'm grasping at straws and trying to figure out a way to get information out to people. Not everyone is on social media and I completely understand that. There's got to be another way that they can sign up to get information. So maybe something like changing the direction of Ambrose Street could have been put out via a text.
Yeah.
Residents on Ambrose Street, the road is being changed to a one-way, and we would, as a village, it's $1,300 a year for 3 years with $150 implementation, and they help set it up. So they would have a portal that they would go to as a resident to sign up, and they would indicate, do they want an email? Do they want a robocall? Do they want a text? And they would get information however they want it based on that. That's just an idea I came up with. I don't know how else to do it. We've tried sending the email. We've tried, I don't know. We're not doing a great job, and I don't know a solution.
I think part of the answer, I think, is some people don't want to, like, we have an email list. If you
Mhm.
don't sign up for it, you're not gonna sign up for a text list. I would much rather have an
True.
email than a text. We can put a site, we can put the alert banner that I think it's currently youth basketball.
Yes.
We could change that to a sign up link to MailChimp, which has the ability for us to do text for,
That's an
I think,
option.
$20 a month.
Okay.
And see if we get tons of signups, maybe then it's worth going for something more
I'm open
robust.
to suggest, I just feel like every time we try and do something, we get pushback
It's
because
people
people don't
saying,
know.
I didn't know, when they don't come to meetings, read Facebook page
Agreed.
or read the village emails, and it's like,
Agreed.
how would we tell you?
But if they don't come to meetings for, I don't know.
At a certain point, we can't force it down your throat, right? And with the Ambrose people, I know we talked about this, I was a little like kind of embarrassed myself that I didn't think there's 4 houses, I could have just knocked down their doors. But normally, when we were doing an update, the problem is we don't know who's gonna care, and we can't tell everyone everything. But the 4 people that live on that street, we should have thought of
Yes,
just telling them
Agreed.
explicitly,
Yeah.
hey, in case you're not paying attention to the village emails, that would have been like a 20-minute afternoon. Sure. And that's my mistake for not doing that. And I think we've now, one of us has talked to, I think, every person that is on there. I talked to the
Mhm.
Tilsons. Did you talk to
Mrs. Paul
Paul?
is here. I talked to her. too.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm
Um,
just trying to prevent what happened from happening again, and I don't know of another way. So I am
Yeah.
open to suggestions.
Yeah.
You're right, signing up for another text thing is, I certainly don't want it coming up on my phone, but
Just something we don't use to its max capacity is actually the sign right out front. It'd be nice to have like, hey, new traffic pattern on Ambrose
I
Street.
mentioned that,
Use things like that.
but we thought with the other signage that it would work, but that was something that could have told everyone else that didn't go
I mean,
down that road.
people drive on autopilot, and this
They
to
do.
the earlier points of why I think this drives the point home of if we change to a four-way stop, there's going to be significant short-term
Yes.
problems that require things like flashing lights and all sorts of accoutrements to get people out of their autopilot. You've been driving the same road for 20 years. You're not looking to see if the sign changed. You're just driving on autopilot. And that's kind of why I agreed that I didn't like doing a four-way at Ambrose and Maine without something so dramatic like changing it to one-way that would force everyone out of their habits and say, oh, there's cars parked sideways. We're driving on the side. You're not gonna not realize that there's been a change. And it's difficult, but with that little side street as our baby step, I think we're just gonna have people doing that, and we're gonna have to, remind them and.
I just don't know how to remind them. That's the question I'm trying to.
Well, we had somebody yesterday and I was walking my car, so I just walked in front of them and was like, hey, like, just FYI. And they were like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it's fine. Like, just wanted you to know.
Right.
And
I get not
it's
everyone
really-
is going to agree, but we had many conversations,
Yeah.
public meetings where people had opportunity and did. I just want to make sure that we're doing better if we can, and I
Yeah.
don't know what the answer to that is.
Even the one that I stopped at the art center that was going there to work or all that stuff, she said, oh yeah. And I said, well, we've got stuff on Facebook. I said, even one of the trustees posted pictures of people facing the wrong way. And she's like, oh yeah, I was just reading that.
And then you still went down the wrong way.
Right, so I mean, like,
to some extent, it's like, we have to leave it to you and your officer's discretion of like, if the same person does it every day and plays dumb, then you ticket them. And yeah,
you're, I know, you know.
yeah,
Right.
Again.
right.
I think that's just part of the answer though, right? People just don't know and.
Yeah, I mean, to your overarching question, Kelly, we know with social media, we miss a part of the population every time.
And I don't know where to.
And,
put
and,
that.
and a lot of people, I don't know if it's a lot, but I'm sure there's a certain segment of the community that, that still has the old,
Rotify, a dial phone.
right,
Yeah.
may not have cell
I
phones.
don't know if it's, we need to do better putting things out in public places. I didn't think to put it in the post office. I don't know why I didn't think to do that, but whether we're doing better of putting our newsletter out with
Yeah.
information, because I know that was in the newsletter at least 2 times before we had meetings.
The only thing we know for certain that everyone gets is the bill, the sewer and
The
water
bill.
bill, right?
That's true.
Sometimes.
And I'm-
Well, I mean, that's like the best effort. I mean,
Right, yeah.
Do we opt people into that or out? Like, if I give you my email for a water bill,
Then let them back that out.
it's, I think with all the spam calls you get, that the FCC wouldn't care, but they do.
They won't even give us their telephone number so that we can call if there's a water break.
That's fair.
All right. Well, if anybody has any ideas, let me know, because I'm struggling to figure out a better way to do it and,
Yeah.
how about a scrolling marquee out?
Well, apparently Glen Park has a new lighted, I'm sure it won't fit our historic society. Look at Dave going, absolutely not. No.
I looked into the, the skywriting, it's really expensive.
I'll drive around.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
I
though.
do. Morse code.
I mean, a lot of schools have them now.
Honestly, the one we have for Ambrose is hard to read in the sun. Like, it's
It is,
obvious at
it
night, but
is.
during the
If
day.
you're going up Washington Street and you look left, you
Yeah.
can't see it.
Well, and I noticed that they moved it today, so I think it's a little bit more visible where it is now than it was at the beginning. The signs to me are glaring. They're like, it's very obvious that it's do not enter, so I don't.
What was the issue with the marquee before? What, I mean, they're,
Historical.
Oh, we can't have a mark. That's against I was joking. You were joking, right?
no, I wasn't, but
Oh, that would never fit our historic society. It doesn't fit the criteria.
because it's in the overlay district.
I just don't think.
You can put it
fits
outside.
It's Harbor.
You could do, like, there's marquees that are cute, but it's hard, and again, we have a sign, we could do this, we could put it
All
here.
right. Well,
But I think at a
one
certain
that's
point,
convincing and I'll-
You're fighting upstream here, trying to get people to pay attention and read things they don't
Right,
care about
right,
until
right.
they realize that, oh, shoot, if I had paid attention, maybe I could have told, but it's
Yeah,
too
I
late.
don't-
It's-
Okay.
It is what
well,
it is. we'll
Yeah,
get to
public
public
comments.
comments.
This ain't a bad thing. I'm just pointing out the obvious, okay? When you're driving, you're paying attention to the intersection, looking for pedestrians. The last thing you're doing is looking at that sign.
I understand, yeah, the signage, because you can't, people don't read new signs, right? Like,
You mean the sign? on
any
the
sign,
other
the
side?
sign that says don't enter.
Oh, okay.
People are looking for cars and pedestrians and all that. So it's not a small problem, but if,
Honestly, you don't really need, like, it's a narrow street anyway, but you don't really need the right side of it if you're looking up it, the
Yeah.
side you're not supposed to drive on.
Right.
I mean, really, we could just throw a bunch of cones up on it.
Yeah.
That way people look and they just see a whole row of cones in the lane
Oh,
coming.
we could do that for a couple weeks until
Right,
people
just
get
to-
used to it.
Right, just to get the.
I think they were giving away free ice cream or something that day, weren't they? I think.
It was Mother's Day and they were all trying to not walk too far from.
So you guys ever rent a car before? Those spikes, right? So we have spikes facing one way. So anyone comes.
it sounds like somebody, honestly.
All right, that's all I had, was just some way of better communication. If
Yeah,
somebody has a
no.
better idea, let me know. And the
Just
tiny
an idea.
building, so I'll get back to you.
Any other questions for Kelly, guys?
That's all I got. Sorry. Mine is always long.
We're not supposed to get squirrely for the first hour. We have 9 more minutes. All right, Greg, you're up.
Okay, two things. We've talked about this before, providing assistance to the town at the recycling facility because their hours are very limited and I went out there Saturday at 11:30 thinking, or 11:45 thinking, well, it's Saturday, no problem. Well, they close at 11:30 on Saturdays. And I don't know as we ever really decided on anything, but if we could provide some assistance so that we might be able to have it open 2 full days, or at least a full
Sure.
Saturday or Saturday and Sunday, something like that.
But if we're staffing it, it's none of these Hounsfield folk coming. It's just.
Okay, that's fine.
I've talked to Lynn about that before and he was open to at least trying to figure out a time. I don't know if we need to talk to the town in order to like coordinate.
Yeah.
We have a couple of part-time people.
Right.
We've talked about it with them. I mean, they were open to it, but it was just a matter of deciding if we wanted to
Do we-
basically cover the cost. Because we don't, there's 2 options, right? We can just say, hey, you guys already have people. If they want more hours, we'll pay for it.
Yeah.
And you guys manage it. Or we can say, they don't want to do that. We'll have one of our plant waterers or one of the other seasonal
Right.
employees man it in the summer for extra hours. And then, so we could do either way. I think the
Easiest.
first
for us
one is to
just
offer to
pay
give
them.
them some cash to
Yeah.
pay the workers they have, if they have enough people that want to do it.
Courtney, do you know, or could you ask your board which, if they're open to us helping extend their hours?
Yes.
Okay, do they have people? Do they need more
We
people?
talked about, we talked about it earlier in the spring, but until the time changed and the lighting and all of that.
Okay.
And just some facility issues, we couldn't extend hours, but the hope was that we would possibly like for summer,
Okay.
especially with like the landscapers and all that kind of stuff. But then money is an issue also, so if you guys are offering the financial help, and I know we've got 1 part-time person now. And then I think Nick's coming back once college is done full-time, so we might have the staff, we might not need the staff, but the financial support would obviously be.
Yeah, I'm open to
Okay.
it for sure.
Yeah, we're open to helping, so if you
I can
can,
bring it up at tomorrow's.
yep, and
meeting.
then just let us know which way would work best.
Sure.
And then we can go from there.
Yeah.
It looks great. It really looks good.
Yeah, Todd did a lot of work to get it.
Yep. Okay. And then the other thing, my understanding there is another march, for lack of a better term, being planned for beginning of June. I'm not sure of the date, but I'm getting a lot of questions about whether or not the village is going to address this in the same manner as the last one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, it's based on volume, right? So if
Okay,
we,
but
we have to like try to predict the number of people and then the safety plan is based on that. So,
But I'm hearing like upwards of 500 people.
Yeah.
More. Okay, so, increased police presence,
Yep.
closer roads, and I think there's a race that day.
yeah, there's a lot going on.
And there's a couple other things going on, so there's gonna be a lot of people in town.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, so we, basically the operation's the same. We look at how many people are projected to be here. You know, whether or not we think there's other issues, you know, like in the case of the first one, we were worried about conflict between purchaser, counter purchaser. We have to judge whether or not that's the same now. It really is, the safety plans are done case by case based on that. But, yeah, I mean, we're tracking it. You know, you gotta sync up with the sheriff again and see what they want to do, but, and then, we'll do the same, you know, if we need to meet with the organizers, we can.
I've been in communication with the organizers.
Okay.
As far as I know, everything's gonna be peaceful, and I've already talked to the other event, the race, and mapping the route and stuff like that, and talked to the organizers of the march, and I don't predict there to be any conflict between the two events going on at once.
Okay, because they're gonna share the route, Right.
Yep.
But not in time.
but not in time. Yeah. Okay.
So.
But still, there are a lot of people that
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
hey, I
it's
live on
turned
this
up.
street
Yeah, for sure.
and they're walking by my house and
Yep.
I just want assurances that
Yeah, no,
same level of care will
yeah,
be given, so.
understood.
Go ahead.
Any
Would
questions
you
for,
recommend we get the emergency management people involved, or that doesn't rise to the level, because they were involved in the last one?
Right now, I know the last one, there was lots of chatter.
Yes, it seemed like it was gonna be
Right,
unsafe.
but this one, everybody that I talked to, it's all been positive, and has been like, when I present a question, like a solution has been like communicated back and forth, and so there shouldn't be any like problem between other events going on in the village, everything. I said, well, what about this? And they said, oh, no, we'll make sure that this happens, and I'll get the word out, so.
Do you think we need increased police presence that day?
We're gonna have extra people on that day,
Okay.
just making sure, and I've already been in communication with other agencies to let them know that it's going on.
Yeah, I
just so
mean,
they have a.
you guys are do the plan,
Yeah.
like you said.
Okay, sorry.
no worries. That's the, you talk it through. Cool. Any other questions for Greg, guys? Hey, sir. Sarah?
Nothing for me.
Next up is correspondence. I got the exam report. We're back into I&I season. See the 9.6 million gallons metered and 16.4 coming in. So we're producing. Are there any people on wells that use the sewer? So we're producing 9 million gallons of water and then processing 16 million gallons. That's way too much for people drinking
Yeah.
fluids at work and peeing at home to make up for the delta. 7 million gallons. So it's mostly I&I of like people, you know, sumps going into the sewer or leakage or seepage or groundwater. But I was just curious if we knew of any
I don't know of any
well
wells
users.
that are on.
So we don't have any, there's no streets that have sewer and not public water, correct? Yeah, so anyway, but it's more of the same. Like this is the season when we get the rain and the snow melt.
The I&I study, is there a target completion date for that?
Yes, we're targeting this summer to complete
Okay.
that. Did some additional videoing of some other stuff here and there. I mean, there's some things here and there, but there's not a clear like, oh my God, it's, 50 gallons a minute coming through this. There's a whole.
Okay, so nothing yet that would account for that disparity and
No, I mean, but
volume.
you just think about it, if there are some sub pumps connected, you had 20 of them and they're all 2-3 gallons a minute. I mean, it can start getting up there, running 24/7, something like that. It can add up to a lot pretty quick, but.
A lot of rain too.
Yeah.
Dave was on site last month. We had a camera, Main Street, I think some streets by the school there. Saw some things, nothing really surprising. I know the one that's slated to be replaced, hopefully soon, was, a problem area, but,
That's
nothing.
one of the 4 the 4 streets that are due for.
Yes, yes. I think that may have worsened since they cambered it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but
Was that me? The one, or towards the school?
West Washington.
Washington.
West.
Yeah. Or no, East
West Main.
Washington. East.
East. I was trying to clarify that was my street.
now that we have some data there, like Corey said, there's no smoking gun to say found some manhole covers that need to be replaced and there's a couple leaks here and there in the pipe, but nothing.
No 7.
Nothing that would account for 7
Yeah,
million
you know,
gallons.
You get an accumulation of whole buildings, that, sorry, I said some pumps, and it just adds up. Plus, just to keep in mind that whatever's metered, I think 30 to 40% of that goes to Hounsfield that doesn't come back in the sewer. as well. So that's just kind of.
Yep.
On it. Next up is just a letter from the Community Foundation. They gave us Can-Am Festival a $500 donation, which is nice. Good, the help. They're not cheap festivals to run.
Wait, you forgot about the part that says we suggest that you think BCA.
Oh, I did. I skipped ahead. Thank you guys for putting it in. Suggestion honored.
Wow.
I would have done it, but good for you. You give them enough.
All right, so we got discussion for old business. We had previously approved a essentially a subdivision on the south parcel of the LDC land, the frontage on Ambrose out past John Kent's warehouse and training facility there. I believe is mainly driven by the infrastructure costs and amortizing them over more lots. And given we've done the archaeological survey on the south parcel and the north parcel, there's some lots that were already completely taken down to bedrock and the soil was replaced. So there is nothing archaeologically interesting there. Eric has brought a modification of the proposal to add, is it 8 lots on the north?
Talk about 8, but we could go right across it.
Yeah.
As long as they're 100 frontage and 200 deep.
Yeah.
Then no more of that property would utilize.
Yeah, and my thought is, we could model it after the lots adjacent to the state park where behind them is a trail. So that Ambrose doesn't have room for shoulders. People drive fast on it because it feels like a country road. I think once their homes on both sides, that behavior will change a little, but I still feel like it'd be nice to have a trail that's not right up against the roads behind those lots. So that there is still public access to the view shed of looking towards the lake, across the battlefields and connecting the paths together. But essentially, since we voted and we own half of that land along with the LDC, on the original proposal, we need to vote again on its modification if we want to do that. I believe, did the LDC already vote on this as well? I forget if we did, right?
No, we haven't voted on the north. We
Okay.
just voted on the south.
Okay.
All this has come up because of some of the costs we're incurring now to continue on with this project.
See what's cost of future.
Yeah.
So let's get it all done in one shot.
So on the south side, the idea was a little road off of Ambrose that would go behind the
We have a
parcel.
few different designs. I don't know if we settled on I think we left it as a paper street so that in the future it could be
Yep.
done. If
Okay.
if we wanted another row of homes behind, but that would incur further, right now, in order to get through, and Eric, if I'm off, just give me a holler and you can chime in, but in order to get clearance from SHPO, we have to finish a archaeological survey.
Mhm.
That cost is basically a per acre cost because they have to go and do some amount of work. So our thought is let's just do the frontage now. If we want to further develop the back behind those homes, we'll have a paper street available and we can then incur those costs once we've sold some of these lots and
Okay.
decide it's worth doing. But we don't need to do the archaeological survey of the entire parcel, only the parts that we intend on selling.
No, where I was going with the question was, initially, the idea was you wouldn't be turning into or backing out of a driveway directly onto Ambrose.
Yeah.
And, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah, I think it would be nice. I don't know. The question of how we deed restrict those, I think we had talked about not allowing someone to buy three and combine them because the goal is put homes near the school and increase the number of homes, not just to let some, because they've had offers in the past for someone to say, I'll take the whole thing and build a house in the middle of it. And that's not in the spirit of the economic development we're trying to do. So there are questions about deed restrictions we could introduce as the project goes on, whether or not we want driveways from the front or not, whether or not we want any other additional restrictions. We can add them as we move forward.
But for right now, you just need us to approve.
Essentially,
north
side. Yeah.
Dividing the northern parcel, because we already agreed on the
Just the
southern
frontage,
parcel.
yeah, just the front lots, so that basically the sewer, water and power construction costs are going to be
Okay.
spread across the two.
Okay.
Save us a lot of money.
So you're saying at least 8 lots, potentially 10? Is that what I heard you
You
say?
could put potentially 12 on the north side and 8 on the south.
South side,
Yeah.
okay.
Now, may I?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes.
and what we did today, Tim Abel, and that one we forward there. Tim Abel thought that, the way that they found the artifacts and things of that nature, it led him to believe that the south parcel is also part of the battlefield. Okay, which really threw us for a loop, and that he was gonna send a recommendation into the state that for us to do the rest of the parcel, to make sure that it's available for development, that he would recommend only 50% of it be done, 50% of what he dug, instead of 100%, which the state asked for. Given that, it was gonna be another 20 to 30,000. We don't even know that's a good number at this point, because we haven't gotten back from the state on what their recommendations are. Given that these things are happening, we're asking now, if you want us to build houses down there, we need part of the north parcel, because we gotta have some economies of scale here to make this a feasible project. So we could literally do 20 across there. Now, part of the north parcel is just, so you know, we sold part of the south parcel to John Kemp. That was all cleaned up. That was the residential standards. Part of the north parcel is the same way, directly across from them. So, you know, we started, Corey came to me and he said, we could go after a grant here. And so we said, well, what do we need? He said, well, we need at least 10 plus lots. And consequently, we said, all right, let's put 4 where that dig has already taken place. In other words, where the remediation has already taken place, because I don't think we'll have opposition against that. And then we have the 8 on the other side, we'll put forth that in the grant proposal. We asked for 400,000. It was a 50% match, so we would have 600,000 into it. We didn't get the grant. But in between all that, this other cost is starting to add up. And we're thinking, we need some economies of scale here. This isn't gonna work.
Fund it. We gotta fund it.
I mean, I think, we all remember the meetings we had here, and at that time it was decided, we understood to develop the south parcel. The north parcel would be developed into park or something else, and we've been submitting grant applications, we've been doing work, there's signs. And so
Dave, we did explicitly say that the park should not be designed to require the frontage.
I don't remember, no one I've talked to who's been at that meeting remembers that ever being communicated during the meeting or otherwise to the Heritage Committee. All I would ask is at least, we had significant public opposition to the proposal, not because of archaeology, that was one reason, but because you're building on the historic battlefield. That was the main opposition, you're building on the historic battlefield. So all I'm saying is, if you're gonna all of a sudden just reverse that decision after those public meetings and the opposition, allow the public to speak again, because there's a lot of public interest in not developing that.
Didn't you just acquire the Bolton farm?
It's not him, so.
Oh,
the-
not
so the
you,
state-
not you personally,
Yeah, so
but the
the-
state, state parks.
Another nonprofit bought it.
Okay, how much acreage is that?
I think it was about 77 acres.
Okay.
Yeah.
The state has the 80 acres-ish of the current park, half of which is developed into the park, half of which isn't. It has 80 acres of Horse Island, and it now has the Bolton North parcel contiguous to the two.
Right.
I don't think, the homes that are on the existing battlefield park
Mhm.
that's there, that abut that have the trail behind them, that, they can listen to your concerts from their backyard. Personally, I don't see them as diminishing the grove over there. I don't think people aren't walking down Ambrose, a street that cars can't fit two cars and a pedestrian and enjoying the view. They will if there's a trail. Part of the problem with the park grant, if we did this whole, we've talked about is we don't have, even if it's free, 0% match, we don't have the ability to maintain a huge park presence from our budget. And adding homes and
The park that we're talking about is minimal. It's based, maintaining open space with some trails and signage. It's minimal. The idea is preserve the battlefield.
Is there a way to do both? Is there a way to put housing at the front and put a park in the back side
Sure.
of that?
Well,
My other thinking is, I was at those meetings and the people that, I listened and I heard a lot of angry people. And I feel like if we open it up again, those same angry people are gonna come back and they're gonna say the same things. Like, just because they're louder doesn't mean that we,
No, but there are other people you haven't heard who are interested in maintaining the appearance of that as just open space and
I just don't
preserving
know
the
if we're gonna get
battlefield.
different
Yeah,
people to tell us.
I mean,
different. We've already
I'm
heard
saying
it.
you've heard the public. I mean, they're the public that showed up.
So we talked about this last time, and I think you guys recall, we said informal agreement, these things, we have a tendency to drag these things out, right? So I think we said 2 years, we need to see some kind of movement or we're gonna go forward with, and that's kind of what we said.
There is.
And here we are, 2 years and there's no movement. on
Yeah,
anything.
I'm sorry, there is movement.
the thing is, I hear what you're saying, but no one doesn't know your position on this. And the people that come with you to the meetings to talk about the public review, we know, and we all understand. But we also think that the frontage it's not being used. There's tons of open space over there. And there's now
Right.
250 acres that's state park owned. We don't need to catch, and I think personally, I wouldn't mind doing more, but I understand that I do think that having a village trail behind one row of homes is a pretty good solution to both problems. It provides you plenty of space to continue seeking grants, because that parcel is like 700 or 800 feet deep. So you're losing only about 100, or 20% of the frontage. And it's, those homes are walking distance from the school. We can sell them if we have both sides to amortize the costs over. We can sell them at reasonable prices so that we can get people building homes. We have signed a pro-housing declaration for the village that gets us access to all these grants in the first place. We're required to try and increase the housing stock and make sure that housing is affordable here. Houses, you'll sell your house in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, they don't last
Well, with
long.
Greg's line of.
I think it's a good
It's a very important decision. It's publicly owned property. It's a very
Correct.
important decision and the public ought to be heard on. That's all.
We did hear the public on it. We had long discussions about it.
And-
We are the same people that had it.
And decisions were made and now they're being reversed.
Yes.
I'm happy to make a motion to approve the development of the north parcel.
A second.
Any other questions before we vote, guys? Sarah, did you have anything you wanted to chime in on or ask any questions?
No.
Got the motion, we've got the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Eric, you need anything else from us? Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Last up, we have new business for 3.
Before you go, we have one piece of old business that
Oh.
we said we were gonna do this month.
I
that
didn't have it
make
listed.
The list. Are we kicking it again,
I'm sorry.
voting on that 4-way stop at Broad and Main?
I think
I think we're gonna I'm fine with
I-
either
I'll
way. I
punch-
just didn't want to forget.
I would say I don't want to deal with too much confusion.
Same.
And
That was where I was thinking as well.
All right,
But I
let me just ask a question.
Sure.
I'm fine with putting that conversation
Oh, yeah.
off as
You
far
want-
as
yeah,
you want to,
I
but
skipped over
those
your,
damn yield signs,
That's for him, you guys.
you don't like them?
no.
Why? They're, when they're
Because
this far back?
they confuse pedestrians and people in
Again, people
vehicles.
don't know how to read signs.
So, okay, I,
So,
I'm fine with either taking them down because we've had.
I would
What is
rather,
the confusion? I guess I'm just not sure. what I-
okay, so
He didn't think we were putting them up at all.
No, I know that, but I meant like, I'm driving down the road, I
I've
see
been
a
in-
neon yellow truck.
okay, so I've been in both situations. I've come down Main Street and stopped and had a car coming down Broad and also stopped. When they didn't have to. And so I'm waving them on and they're waving me on.
Yeah.
I've also been a pedestrian. Assuming that the car is read the sign is going to stop and continue to cross, and the car just kept coming. And that's happened more than once. So
But that happens with or without the yield sign. So you think it's
It
just a
does.
false sense of security for the pedestrians?
I think it's just confusion for everybody involved. It shouldn't be, but
All right, so you think you think it makes it worse? I'm somewhat indifferent because last time they got stolen, they were gone. And we
I don't know.
replaced them. We moved them out wider so that the trucks turning the corner wouldn't hit them.
go to Ron's
Do you
idea
guys-
with the.
But yeah, I'm about to do
All
something.
right.
No, but that may be the spot for where we do the little flashing lights with the crosswalk and the signs right there.
We,
It just doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like by the school in Watertown where they push a button and it makes it flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the student.
I don't, do you think they help, Lynn?
I do.
You do
There's-
think they help?
We have changed them out.
There's
When we initially
differences.
put up there, it said stop for pedestrians. Now it's yield,
Right.
state law yield to
Right.
pedestrians.
Right.
the problem is like you got, it's a bit of a gamble. Like I've stood there.
I don't trust everybody coming
Agreed.
down that street.
Oh, I don't trust anybody, period.
So,
No, I've made a habit of if I see somebody playing chicken, I intentionally walk out, but I have to like, I'm relying on my own ability to jump out of the way if they don't see me, but I'm trying to get people to notice like pedestrians are allowed to walk here and you have to stop. So I guess I'll just do it. And so far, no one's hit me. So that's nice, but
I feel like if we don't have them, I agree with you, there's a lot of confusion. I'm really unsure why there's a confusion. But I feel like if we pull them up, people are just gonna fly through that intersection.
I'd rather have.
I think it
somebody stop
slows them
there.
down at least.
And confusion, and confusion.
slow,
I agree.
slow annoyance.
I
is better
agree,
than
but
fast
I don't
problems.
like being a pedestrian and them not stopping. Well, if you expect them to stop, if you're a pedestrian and there's no sign there, then you as the pedestrian, you're gonna wait until they clear.
But you're not supposed to have to. So people who know,
Right,
it's.
but if
it is
there's
the
a yield
state.
sign there and you're a
Yeah.
pedestrian, you're assuming that driver is gonna stop.
You're what?
Making-
I know, that's
Alright.
that's what my concern is with.
So we
is-
don't.
Is
we
you
don't-
can't rely on a driver to
But I think
adhere
to
to
be
that.
fair, when you're driving a car, you can't rely on another person to do the right thing in their car too. So I think as a pedestrian, we've stood on the corner in the pouring rain, trying to cross that road and cars just keep going, letting us
You
stand in
get-
the way.
yeah.
They just don't
Little
care.
responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fine either way.
I think you might be the only
It's
one that
fine
doesn't
either
like
way.
them. I'm just, yeah.
Okay, so my question was, we're punting the four-way and just
Yes.
not dealing
Well, I
with
think-
it,
I
and I'm
think-
fine with that.
I think it's not dealing with it. I think if we
I
want to
think
do
we
it,
can maybe at a
let's see how our lessons learned from the little Ambrose experiment,
Okay.
like what actually gets people to figure out what we're doing.
Okay.
And if we think we have a great plan, then we can readjust it. But
I
at
just
this
had
point,
people private messaging me, asking me
Yeah.
what the vote is and
But
when we're doing it.
don't
I
forget
wanna give
too,
them-
our vote for that would require a subsequent decision by the town to say yes to our request and then implementation. We're not getting that done before tourist season this year
Right, right,
anyway,
right. So it'd be
which
a
means
year.
we have to punt and we might as well get some data from our current small
That's
change.
fine. I just wanted to
and we'll
clarify and
revisit.
not say
Yeah.
we forgot to do it. That's
Yeah,
all.
I appreciate it.
I think with like the four-way stop out here is, if you sit out here and watch throughout the day, everybody's stopping at the bank and pulling out. And they're coming from one way and swinging into the fire hall and turning around and parking by the bank. And I think if you do a four-way stop there,
Yeah.
it's just gonna congest it even more and make it more of a traffic problem. And also, all it will take is like a fire call in the middle of summer, And they're not gonna be able to get any of these fire trucks out because traffic's just gonna be backed up all in front of the fire department. It's just another thing to think about.
Yeah, we talked about like whether or not the fire truck would just go on the left side of the road to the intersection, but if it's really jammed up,
If
then,
they could swing it out
Yeah,
there, I mean,
yeah.
that one's pretty.
No, I get ya.
hefty.
but anyway, we don't need to.
Okay, I just
But,
wanted,
no,
I
appreciate
didn't
it.
want to forget it, and I've had people asking me,
Yeah.
did you vote? And I said, nope, we're doing it next month. I wanted to give them an answer, that's all.
Cool.
All right, thank you, that's all I got.
And yield signs.
Any other old business we for?
Yield signs are staying, right?
I don't know where to look.
I just,
Yeah, if they go missing.
Right.
okay.
All right. Any other old business I missed, guys, before we jump to the new business? All right, so there's three here. There's only two on the list, but we also, Dave, sent the, request for the concerts, which we really don't need, except I think technically for the use of the stage. Is that the piece that's really, and it's just,
Part of the Pickers beat the.
oh, sure. Right. But you guys always send this in. Any changes?
No.
Okay,
Can we go back to the old days where we just vote once on all of them?
we can. Yeah, this is good.
Easier.
Any questions on the first one, guys? Okay. Second one is, is this Mike doing this again?
Yeah.
Mikey?
The American flag retirement, yes.
Yep, so this is the same as last time.
Yep.
Obviously, they gotta do it when the burn ban's done, so they're already past that. And I don't think this has any changes I saw. Just got. Very liability, okay. And then the last one is the Spoker Ride.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
I just looked over your information.
And these guys have done this for years.
Which
Which it just went to their other-
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'll
and
make
the
a motion
Spoker
to
Ride's the
accept.
same, yeah. Cool.
I'll make a motion to pass all three.
All right, I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, anything I've missed, guys, before we do public comment and get out of here? Okay, I'll open the floor for one more public comment. I'm gonna start with Zoom just in case they're on there. And then we'll move to the room. All right, anybody in the room? Okay, hearing none, we'll close public comments. And are you still on this radio or what are we doing?
So I am going to resign, everyone in the room will resign as a trustee, effective, I think, June. So my last meeting will be June.
Okay.
Of this year. That obviously leaves you, the duty of appointing, my replacement for, I think, the remainder of my term. 6 months, we have discussed that, so.
Maybe Eric will step up?
I've asked Eric, I've asked JP, none of them.
Well, I have, so I have when Sarah and Dean tied this
Yeah.
last election and Dean stepped back and said his request was that if there was a open seat that he be appointed, and I told him that that would be
There you go.
seems reasonable because no one else is running, so unless he decides he doesn't want to do it, that'll be the first choice, and then if he says no, then we'll put out the call for volunteers and we'll sift through the 100 applicants I'm sure we'll get, just like
I'll say,
position.
you need to remind Dean that he can't be the deputy clerk if he's gonna be a trustee. He
That's
can't
right.
do one or the other, right? So.
Okay, cool. All right.
It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you guys, to work with you guys, Sarah and team. I look forward to my last meeting, bittersweet, but I'll see you guys again on the high ground.
Sounds
Down the
good.
road.
Thank you.
All right.
You wanna close this out? It's like your.
You know what, you know what I
It's your
said? You make the motion.
All right, I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meg. I never want to quit. I want to keep going.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
keep talking.
Yeah.
Walking back here. Hey, Lynn. Lynn, do you know the locations just off the top of your head? The three streetlights. So there's Ambrose and Washington.
Brandon's not gonna hit us with any intelligence.
Okay.
Just 7 years.
I am.
Military road and stuff,
Yep,
We need to.
it's dodging, which one?